Hope is the courage to look forward and know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
My hope is to be able to hold my children when they cry and to cheer them on when they succeed.
Hope, realizing I can make plans for my future.
Hope is my can of Play-Doh. I can shape life into anything that I want.
Gaining confidence, realizing perspective, gathering inner strength. Hope comes from within, but is most helpful when shared with others.
When you get cancer, all of a sudden you have this huge medical machine focusing on what's wrong with you. And everyone that you're talking to, everyone's talking about what's wrong with you. So the bottom line is we're about shifting your focus to what is working, what's right, where you feel your power, where you feel your hope and your joy and your meaning.
Tenor, if you will, of Pathfinders, began to permeate not just the patient care component of our organization, but really began to permeate how we care for each other and how we interact with each other as colleagues and as professionals and so forth. So I'm really impressed with those pieces of Pathfinder that help all of us.
I'm Tina Staley, the founder of Pathfinders.
I'm Kristen McDermott, the co-founder of Pathfinders.
My name is Cindy Atkins, and I've been with Pathfinders for 10 months.
My name is Cecilia, and I've been with Pathfinders for 2 years.
My name is Lelania Hall, and I've been a part of Pathfinders for 1.5 years.
I was pregnant with twins at the time. Thought we had it beat. And in 2008 it came back. It came back with a vengeance. Lost the twins at 17 weeks and ended up in the hospital for quite some time.
They thought I'd had a heart attack because of the chemo was pretty rough on your heart, but it was after all the tests they found out I had brainstem cancer. My breast cancer had metastasized to my brain.
That was very obvious to me was that it provided a framework for people to understand what are the different components that each individual needs, some of which they get in their own life or they're trying to find in their own way through seeking out integrative health or going and talking to different kind of specialists and providers, and some of which they don't know about yet. So things about like end-of-life planning or trying to figure out how do they build on their inner strengths or hope. And Pathfinders created a framework that I could easily understand and patients could easily understand.
Initially, it was a fight. And I literally, every time I got a bill, I went into a panic and had anxiety attacks and all kinds of things. And I had to realize, okay, this is not healthful for you.
You might lose your breast, you might lose your hair, but no one talks really about the menopause that they put you through, the hormonal therapy that makes sexual intercourse painful.
I had so much anger, and I was just ready to explode. And I didn't have any way of releasing that, or I didn't know how to release it. And by going through the Pathfinders meetings and finally giving in and being able to express myself openly allowed me to release the anger and find positive things to think about and to work on instead of the anger, and remembering and learning from Tina, especially to get the word hatred out of my system.
You kind of forget things, but then when I'm reminded what it did and how it helped me and how I look forward to going, I might have just sunk to my couch and laid on my couch until I was fat and sad. So, yeah, Pathfinders, this sounds so corny, but it really did save my life. Tina saved my life a couple times.
The impact has come in a lot of ways. Some of it has been really obvious. So, for example, we have a group of over 50 women now who've been involved in the Pathfinder study, and I can see the impact in terms of true numbers, like improvement in fatigue and improvement in quality of life across time. Frankly, findings that are striking, especially given how sick these women are.
We take cognitive restructuring from psychology, which is really working with your thoughts and your core beliefs, really getting into what are you thinking about things. And then we pair that with mind-body skills.
I think one of the unique parts about Pathfinders is the focus on the patient and the family. And I reflect on how many family members have maintained a connection with their Pathfinder after the death of a loved one.
I know at times she said that she was ready to go, and I didn't want to feel like I was being selfish, and I wanted to just keep a hold of her when she was ready to go. And all, and there's been some few times that I've told her I told her don't hang on with your last little thread for me. You ready to go? Go. I'll get by. I'll make it, and I'll see you one day. I just thank God that Tina and her Pathfinders were there for us.
So when you see an entire institution, from administration to clinicians to patients, speaking this common language of the pillars, to me, that's when you know you've arrived.
The second pillar is I'm taking my life back from cancer. And that's new. That's kind of recent. That I don't want to be introduced as Sally, you know, the friend who has cancer.
Inner strength, I think, maybe just having that confidence level. I think caring about other people and respecting other people allows you to gain that respect back. Nobody thought that I would be where I am today.
I have gained a lot from Pathfinders. I am better able now to understand my physical and emotional needs instead of just putting myself on the back burner.
I'm constantly having new dreams and new visions and new ideas of things I want to accomplish, to the point that cancer is almost, it's just there. It's not me. It's just something I'm walking through, and there is a place on the other side that I can look back and say, you know, that was cancer.
Well, as far as the pillars go, they all have been so important to me, but I find that probably the two that are, for me, are hope and spirit.
It drives me to take better care of myself because of the drive she has to defeat this disease.
The ability to really listen, to meet the needs of that individual patient, to meet that needs in the context of the family or the support system of that individual. That's really, I think, the greatest challenge.
This is about personal recovery, and I wanted a type of model that they could go to and they could work, and as they're opening up their refrigerator, they could go, oh wow, maybe I need a little more balance today, or maybe I need to work on self-care, and something that was tangible. So I was shocked, because when I got into this profession, I went to find a model. I said, there's got to be something out there. And there just wasn't.
And so what Pathfinders has done in a very unique way is ask the question, how do we build our own information or evidence base to understand what we're doing, when we're doing it right, and how we can improve in the future? And that makes Pathfinders pretty unique and special.